Hello and welcome, my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Mark Angela Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. I'm not bad. It's just spelled that way. I am, however, a professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different ebooks. One is called Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. The other is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a Kindle version available of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. And if you click the link in the description box, you can preview a good chunk of the first part of it for free, including the table of contents. You will see that it is primarily divided into chakra chapters. This is very much a chakra reading for work, career, vocation. So you might find it helpful. In the Kindle version, it's clean, it's pristine, it's very Kindle. I love it. But the original version is over on Patreon, and that is quite a different visual experience over there. We had to tone it down for Kindle. Spell Ingredients is also available on my Patreon platform in our digital store. Anybody can shop in our digital store regardless of whether or not they are a subscriber, as well as you can follow us for free and get the public content. We have 2 7-day free trials for our first 2 levels of subscription, Seeker and Human. You can check us out for 7 days for free if you like. Everyone who has done that has stayed a subscriber for at least a month, and I'll tell you why. Because all of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. Number 1, a daily check-in. I send an unlisted YouTube live stream link pretty much every single morning to my patrons, and we chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a meditation, a prayer, or something, a blessing to send us on our way. Best way for me to start the day, considering I am packing and moving my house 5 hours north from Long Island, New York to Saratoga Springs, New York in the next month or so. Boy, we're waiting for our closing date at the time of this timeless recording. And they also get all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s. This one does not have an extended, but they get all of them past, present, and into the future as long as they are subscribers, as well as they are taking advantage of the extensive discount that I give to all of my subscribers, spiritual counseling and readings and all of that stuff. We'll talk about it at the end of the video if you want more info on that. It is the best thing that I have ever done. I don't know if it will be the best thing that I will ever do, but I will say it has given me great joy, great pleasure in putting my creativity out in the world with people who actually get what I'm laying down here at Drawing the Circle Productions. So do click the link. So much available over there. Go check it out and come Patreon on Patreon. Because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angela Lyons, but you can just call me Mal, because I'll never take myself too seriously. But, you know, no, archangelic consciousness is a thing. Anyway, let's do some explanation, and then we'll get down into the divination. So let's talk to our new Aries and cross-watchers. Welcome to my channel. We are doing 10 cards in this spread. I've been doing work, career, vocation reads for a very long time, since I learned about the 3 levels of power from Caroline Myss, MYSS. She's a PhD. These are her archetype cards, sacred contracts, anatomy of the spirit. All of her stuff has been immensely helpful for me for a very long time. So we're going to get 3 of these to represent what's going on in the 8th chakra. I learned about the 8th chakra from Caroline Myss in her book Anatomy of the Spirit, big time. So we'll get 3 of these, one for your work, your career, and your vocation, essentially your life purpose, broken down into 3 levels of power, a little easier to digest. So we'll get the archetypal pattern that you are alchemizing from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, shifting from illusion to truth in the language of spiritual alchemy. I'm sure that'll be explained more as we go. Then we will get the next 4 chakras down, 1 card each, work, career, and vocation with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, a goddess deck, a feminine energy deck, because it is the yin, the internal, the world behind your eyes that maybe you share, maybe you don't. So we'll get 3 of those, work, career, vocation. Then we will get 3 Mythic Tarot for the lower 3 chakras, looking at yourself from the outside, you from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things, relationships in the physical world. There can be mirroring, has to do with your relationship to yourself, your self-esteem, and all of that. First sign of the zodiac, first house, ego, personality, and self, the child of the zodiac. And we will end with one Matt Kahn healing mantra card to help you bring it all together and come into alignment to become a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser version of yourself in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. And that's why cross-watchers are completely welcome on my channel, because you get the opportunity for some understanding, some insight, some sympathy, and empathy for the Aries you are cross-watching for, as well as if you apply some of this to your own energetic field, because there can be mirroring with cross-watchers. You will be coming into a what I call more golden timeline than a leaded timeline, and as you do that, you're helping the Aries you are cross-watching do the same, as well as for all of the Aries that are watching this video. So I think that's about it for explanation. Let's get down to the divination. And if you keep watching these videos, you will watch my bookcase get less and less and less on there as I'm packing and getting ready to move. So there's a fun thing you might not want to do. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do my best to help anybody come into alignment in their life purpose, work, career, vocation. And I have been doing these readings for clients for, I think, over 2 decades now. They're always right on target. This is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But if you want to book me for a private session, say, you know that reading you did that had this, this, and this in it, and, you know, I'll look for it, and, you know, we can jump off from there. So the shift from explanation, which I'm glad to do for the new watchers, to the divination, which I am born to do, that shift happens in the still point. So, shifting decks, D-E-C-K-S. Let's do that. Let's find that still point, shall we? Please, take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Pantheons of the Divine, I need 3 Caroline Mace archetype cards to represent the soul power, the part of the contract that the Aries Collective and or the Crosswatchers are alchemizing from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, shifting from illusion to truth. We'll get these face down. What's going on in their work? 8th chakra. What's going on in their career? 8th chakra. And what's going on in their vocation? 8th chakra for this timeless work, career, vocation read. I am a Virgo. I do like symmetry. We're going to get all of these except for the Matt Contra. The Matt Kahn healing mantra. Mercury is still retrograde and I'm a Virgo. It's retrograde in Virgo. So we'll get these 3 down, as well as the Mythic Tarot 3 down. And then we'll flip them over one at a time, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. What's going on in their work? Heart, third eye, crown. What's going on in their career? Heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And what's going on in their vocation? Heart, throat, third eye, and crown. For the Aries Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and their cross-watchers. For this timeless chakra read. Okay. Almost there. Please take a nice deep breath. Your breath actually helps. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything and everything in its place. put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, what's going on for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross-watchers, lower 3 chakras in their work, lower 3 chakras in their career, that one, and what's going on lower 3 chakras in their vocation for this timeless Aries collective Sun, Moon, Venus signs and cross-watchers chakra read. Well, it is a chakra read, but it's work, career, vocation. So what's going on in your work? Oh, well, you know, this is in the, interesting, and wow, okay, so, yeah, you got the king archetype in your work. Now, this is first level of power. According to Mace, it's the literal world, so work is what you do to survive. Not everybody makes money in their work. I don't. My work is as a producer and a president. I don't make money for that. I make mine in my career, and we'll get there. So this is how you survive in the world. Now, written on the card here is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call this lead, this gold. There are 3 atoms here that need to be released to get here, and that's a journey in the language of spiritual alchemy. So, the Shadow King, which is an X-Men villain, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. Now, have we seen that on the planet? Yeah, pretty much forever, right? Don't have to be a literal king, and it's a masculine family archetype, but this is not about biological gender. I have worked with plenty of women, biological and otherwise, about a strong king archetype. Tricky. The gold you are shooting for here is enlightened, benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. And you got to lead by example on that, right? To be more golden than leaded. And what I love about this, heart, third eye crown, you got yourself the 8 of Pentacles, the learner, a crone teaching a maiden how to weave the blankets, right? The blankets that keep the tribe warm and safe. And she's even got one here in the background saying, I've been doing this since before you were born, sweetheart, right? So 8 of Pentacles. Nice, stable. When it's an earth card on the inside, for me, it's usually wisdom that you have gained from experience in the outside world. Element of earth, physical. So you are learning. That's great to say, all right, I'm learning. I may not have this mastered. It's not the 10 of Pentacles, but we're getting there. But you do have the 9 of Wands in work on the outside. Now, I will say, this is the myth of Jason and the Argonauts in the Mythic Tarot. The entire suit of fire, not including the court cards, is telling that myth. So this is right before Jason and the Argonauts get the golden fleece and complete the quest, but they get stuck on a reef. The boat, the Argo, hence the Argonauts, and they have to wait for a big old wave to push them over there. So this might be conserving your resources, holding back a little bit, right? Traditional Rider-Waite based tarot, don't you come near my wands, right? So there might be a little bit of a defensive stance there, but with the 8 of Pentacles on the inner, that makes sense. So if you're not sure exactly what to do, or you're just waiting for that last 9, what do they call it? The last 9 yards. Oh, we're in the last 9 yards, right? The home stretch here in work. Hang in there is the vibe I get on that, but certainly lead by example, even if that means not necessarily talking about what you are going through, right? Boundaries are probably indicated there, by the way. So with now career, second level of power. That's how I make my money. Woo! Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Okay, let's do this. So this is second level of power is your creative intuition. First one is survival intuition, how you navigate your way and survive in the world. This is about your creativity, your passion, your hunger, your thirst. And you've got, I have this one, lifetime. You can have an archetype, a reason, season, or lifetime. The athlete archetype, the creative family archetype in the creative intuition second level of power. The lead here, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. And we all go through that. Now, you need not be, just like you need not be a biological or otherwise male to have the king archetype, nor do you have to be a literal athlete. I sort of am. I've been training as a dancer and dancing every day. That's how I lost my weight, darlings. And I was very well trained. Jazz, tap, LA jazz. jazz hands, but modern and postmodern are my favorite. So, you take that as it will. Some people don't even realize the athletic ability that they have in terms of their creativity. So the shadow, right? Misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. Entitlement is the deadly sin that is in the solar plexus. You need the grace of understanding and discernment to heal that. It's in my book, Words of Grace, as well as in Defy Gravity by Mace, Moyosas, PhD. So the alchemy into the light, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, but that can also be financial limits. That can be limits of time, right? Transcending those, development of personal willpower. Throat chakra is willpower, free will, spit, swallow, or chew, right? Development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. Now, what made me go, oh my God, is you got a double whammy. Oh, no, this is not the double whammy I thought it was, but you do have 2 major arcana cards. When it's a major arcana card in a chakra read, the way I read this, it's usually all the chakras in that zone unified. So, in your career on the inner, you've got, what is the Judgment card in this deck? Called Celebration, right before the card of the universe, the world, Shakti, the life dancer, in this deck. But you see women circle dancing, it looks like in the mountains around a central point, right? Very much a women's gathering. I've never been to one in this life, but in past lives, I'm sure we had our versions for surezies, Avalon and all of that. But if you pull back and look at it, they're actually dancing around the navel of the great Mother Earth, breasts in the foreground, pubic mound in the back, right? Like, something is revealed within you. Now, I would say, in terms of your creative intuition, really pay attention to what's going on there. That's where the guidance that's really coming only to you is there about how to bring that into alignment, because something within you is revealed. And here you've got the World card. So you have the card preceding the end of the major arcana and the rebooting of it in your lower 3 chakras. I would say, yeah, this feels like somebody who's getting ready to bust out on their own, may not be true for everyone watching, in their work while they're getting their career together. Now, how many people work day jobs so that they can be an athlete, an artist, or, for some people, my mom has an athletic skill as an artist in terms of a gardener, and her home is gorge, and I'm going to be 15-minute drive away from her. I'm very excited for that. I miss my mom. So, here we've got Hermaphrodite, which is a goddess, the child of Hermes and Aphrodite, completing the whole thing. This is total unity, the completion of the cycle. And with this 8 of Pentacles here, you are gaining immense wisdom in your work that is going to help you put this together for your career. Not an ending, but usually a graduation, a leveling up. But you got to beat the boss on the level to level up. So what's going on in your vocation, your spiritual calling? Oh, interesting. All right, so this is your spiritual mystical power. Your 3rd level of power is called the symbolic. So we've got the literal, the personal, and the symbolic. This is visionary intuition. This is like when you get up really, really high and you look down and it's you get visions, but mileage may vary on that definition. And you got the thief. Now, the thief, don't freak, because as horrible as any archetype may sound, is as brilliant as it is, and it's gold, and vice versa, right? Oh, that sounds so wonderful. And the shadow is usually toxic AF. So the thief archetype in its lead, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. This might also be stealing yourself away from a situation, like stealing away in the night. The light you're shooting on sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. And I think you're getting that from your workaday world, how you are surviving. I'm going to say really important. Enlightenment, benevolence, be kind, be caring, be compassionate to the best of your ability. Everyone is fighting a hard battle. So to be a healthy king archetype is a powerful thing, particularly dealing with the thief archetype. You have within that your only court card in this spread. This is Skadi, the ice giantess from Norse mythology. 7th house, Libra, cardinal, air. Now, it is your opposite sign as a as in Aries, and usually when it's heart, third eye, crown, it's not about another person. So if you have any planets in Libra, look there. There is a clue, a tip, a hint. There might be a retrograde going on, you don't know. Everyone, I recommend people have their natal charts done so you can keep track of the moon and when it's trining and when it's squaring. So there is something there about a one-on-one relationship usually. Libra, like justice, one-on-one relationships, marriages, legal stuff, contracts, all of that, but fairness and cardinal air opposing your cardinal fire. Now, air and fire are complementary opposites. So particularly with that artistic thing, it's not just about getting the inspiration, it's balancing it, right? It's bringing it into creative thought so that you can put it into your creative will, your creative power in the physical world. And here we got the 9 of Cups. Ooh, you're almost at the 10 there, right? That this is wish fulfillment. This is 3 threes, a very harmonious, beautiful thing. And you're almost there. Now, honestly, this is the myth of Eros and Psyche. There are lots of videos about Eros and Psyche. There might be one in the description box. That's usually in the True Love Reads, though, because it is a true love story. About how Psyche, which is Greek for butterfly and soul, fell in love with Eros, the god of erotic love, son of Aries and Aphrodite, as a result of him pricking his finger on one of his golden arrows. We were supposed to kill her, fell in love with her instead. Isn't that how it goes sometimes, Aries? So this is when she, after her descent into the underworld, Psyche, the soul, emerges, having completed the tasks put forward to her by Aphrodite, and she gives her consent. They're already married. They get married in the 3 of Cups. This is, okay, you can become a goddess now. And so she gets elevated to become a goddess, which is the 10 of Cups. So I'm going to say, when I see the 9 of Cups, I can't help but not look at the 9 of Pentacles in Rider-Waite, right? She who has her own, like, self-sufficient. This feels like someone who might be very well mentally, emotionally balanced, right? Looking at what has been stolen, what perhaps you have stolen, depending on who you are in this read, but that there is justice, there is balance. If something was stolen from you, it feels like in your spirituality, your mystical whoosy-whatsis, whatever you want to call it there, that might very well be your leverage. Usually there's one of the 3 levels that acts as leverage, right? Work and shift that one, the others will come along, because honestly it feels like that kind of alignment in the visionary intuition would absolutely reveal something to you on the inside, maybe something that was there all along but you didn't see, right? Completing a cycle for you. Which you may have to hang in there a little bit longer for what you're doing there in your work. But remember, lead by example. That keeps coming through very, very clearly. Enlightened, benevolent rather than malevolent. Well, you think people haven't called me malevolence? Of course they have. I'm not bad. She's spelled that way. A little Jessica Rabbit realness for you there. Semi-realness. Let's get this Macon Healing Mantra card on the table. Wake up, cross-watchers. Here's your opportunity, right? Work this mantra. They work if you work them, right? Particularly, I would say, with the Libra card, right? Cardinal air, creative air there in your vocation. This might be the tea, the shade, the pink lemonade. Please take a nice deep breath. Still. Ascended Masters override. Place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done, beloved Ascended Masters. What's the perfect healing mantra to help the Aries Collective and the Cross-Watchers alchemize their shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, shifting from illusion to truth in this timeless chakra reading? Activating the 3rd eye, I am willing to see beyond my beliefs, ideas, and conclusions. And how I remember that one is BIC. Flick your bick. B-I-C, I said. Aries, you horn dogs. Activating the third eye. This is the only bookie book read in this spread because I'm keeping things simple because I have to order a pod today, just hopefully without Sutherland's attached, although Kiefer's still cute. I still love Donald. If you don't know what I'm talking about, sorry, not sorry. I'm a Generation X random cultural thingy whoozy what's this generator. There we go. Activating the third eye. I am willing, third chakra, right, to see beyond my beliefs, ideas, and conclusions. We're doomed. It'll never work, right? That's a conclusion. So as your third eye opens, you are able to notice how each moment is a catalyst for your ever-expanding soul. Let's stick a pin in that, all right? So every moment, including this moment, including stuck in traffic, including something wonderful, it's all about moving you forward to allow what? Your psyche, your soul to expand. Through your third eye, you will be Aries, right? The forehead. Through your third eye, you will be able to move clearly. To more clearly, which I can't apparently right now, see the lessons each moment offers, allowing every encounter to help you become an even more radiant expression of your highest potential. And the thing about our highest potential is it scares the crap out of us. Because deep down we believe, if I achieve my highest potential, I will be alone, right? Because it's your personal path. And the child of the zodiac is never going to be completely down with that in its lead, in its ego, but the soul gets we're all one, right? That's shifting from illusions to truth. This mantra is ideal for dissolving personal judgments, developing more patience, and tempering inner conflict. Now, the inner conflict here feels like that balancing of the Libra here from, third level of power, your vocation, your life calling. It's usually a longer lifespan kind of thing. That perhaps there was some shit stolen along the way, that has really informed you here to reveal within you that which cannot be stolen and for you to lead by example, but it all starts in the third eye. I am willing, I don't know how, but I am willing to see beyond my beliefs, ideas, and conclusions, because none of those things are necessarily grounded in the absolute truth that all is one, right? So seek only truth, the sacred truth of the third eye. Caroline Myss, Anatomy of the Spirit, MYSS, PhD. E-I-E-I-O. Let's put this together in a blessimation, combination of a blessing and a summation, and then we'll talk about some cool stuff if you want to hang around for it. One last time, please, my beloved Aries and cross-watchers. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And let us end as we began. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxic to healthy, shifting from illusion to truth, fulfilling their sacred contracts and their life purpose in their work with enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in their charge as they get that they are the learner. Maybe they are also the teacher. It's not always an either or, it can be a both and, while perhaps they have up their boundaries, conserving their energy to make it to the end of the cycle of fire. With the Nine of Wands there, perhaps mum's the word, but still building up that potential energy so it can become kinetic, particularly as they create in their career with a dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, developing their personal willpower and the strength of spirit. While something is revealed, the Judgment card hits all them chakras, bringing it into alignment, and what was there but not seen before is now seen, perhaps something that was stolen, completing a cycle, done. Graduation, move the tassel, throw the hat. Mary Tyler Moore, Mary Tyler Less. It is a general read as they come into completion here with the world. full circle, full cycle, fool's journey. Let's start over so that they can really alchemize. This does feel like their leverage in their vocation, shedding light on the potential wealth within them that can never be stolen, bringing things into balance with the 7th house dynamic of one-on-one relationships, perhaps romance, perhaps partnership, but more likely a true fairness of mental, emotional balance there as they stand there with the 9th cup in their hand, not quite at the 10, but exactly where they need, a card of self-love realized, regardless of anyone else involved, and help them to activate their third eyes, that they be willing to see beyond their beliefs, ideas, and conclusions, to become a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser, more golden version of themselves, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser, more golden way, for a more happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world in the golden timeline, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So motivate. So it is. I love that lion roar. I really, really do. And if you liked the reading, please do hit them thumbs up. If you will, it helps other Aries and cross-watchers find it, as does subscribing, as does content, commenting, the little bell thing that tells you, the notification bell, all of that stuff helps. And it's a wonderful thing, YouTube, but I'm really digging Patreon. Big time. It's so much fun being a creator there. We even now have our podcasts on Spotify. If you become a patron, you, depending on level of subscription, you get access to those. You can listen to our podcasts on Spotify. This is so cool. We got the digital store. We got 7-day free trials. We got all sorts of cool stuff going on there. And you can shop in our store and follow for free, right? You do not have to be subscribers, but I'm putting out more and more public content as I go that I'm not really putting out anywhere else public. Although I do share it to Facebook and Twitter because I can. Oh, sorry, X. Detox. Coming at you with a never mind. Read you, wrote you in my head. Sorry, not sorry. Come check out Patreon. And if you want to book me for a private session with or without Patreonic intervention, there is a video link in the description box. Booking private sessions with Mal explains everything you need to know about it, how to do it, how to reach out to me, and all of that. Whether we're traveling, Zoom record, all of that stuff, what I charge, even the Patreonic discount is in there. Click the link, watch it. It's about 11 minutes. Made my mom laugh. She loves it. I enjoy it, and I've never turned anybody away because of lack of money. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, there's a way. We can always work it out. I always do. We always do. And it is really, truly my honor, my pleasure, and my passion to be the divinatory artist that I am. I've been reading tarot since I'm 12 years old. I just turned 55 last year. Yeah, I don't look at things. Mom's DNA. Thanks a lot. That Sicilian DNA, man, does the ticket, does the trick. So open your third eye. Be willing to see beyond your beliefs, ideas, and conclusions, and it would make sense. A revelation comes to you that you can then leverage. So hang in there. Wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed in your work, career, vocation. You go do the alchemy. You got this. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed, my beloveds. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.